Well, Timmy, if you ask Las Vegas, they'd tell you not very much, because Florida went from a 3-point favorite to over a touchdown underdog. That is a huge swing and tells me that not many people believe Florida wants to play in this game. Yeah, I mean, Timmy, I rolled out of my bed this morning, did the press conference in my hotel room. Dan Mullen was at the team hotel. Oklahoma Sooners head coach Lincoln Riley wasn't even in the state of Texas yet. That just gives you an idea of how strange it's been covering Bowl Week here during the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, that's right, Tammy. A team source tells me the Gators are expected to arrive around 7 o'clock tonight, but all eyes are going to be on the people not getting off the bus because Florida had 2 big opt-outs already this afternoon. Now, when I look at this game, I just feel bad for Kyle Trask. I mean, a story like his deserves a better ending. So I asked him, what's it meant to you to have your rise from backup to starter to Heisman finalist resonate with so many people? Well, it's been a weird season, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Bowl Week has been strange too. I got the beautiful city of Dallas here lit up behind me. The teams aren't even allowed to leave their hotel rooms to explore it. But hey, that's what it takes to put a bowl game on during the pandemic. The pomp and circumstance is gone. And as I found out this morning, so is the traditional media access.
I want to thank the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. The experience of what makes bowl games, so special.
It was a Cotton Bowl press conference like none other. I'm doing this press conference in my pajamas, and I haven't showered or brushed my teeth yet. Despite my lack of attire, Dan Mullen and Lincoln Riley still dressed to impress.
We have both coaches in the seat here, so we're going to get started.
Mullen putting makeup on what's been an impossible year.
The opportunity to come and experience a different city, a different location.
In reality, a Tuesday walkthrough is the only time players even get to leave the hotel.
I know our guys are thrilled right now to go over to AT&T Stadium to see that and experience that.
Not a lot of experiences.
Go ahead with your question.
Not a lot of media availability either.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
I'm getting muted, unmuted. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Despite all the technology barriers, the questions did follow a familiar path. There was opt-out talk.
There are guys that have kind of been in, supporting actor role now that are going into the lead role.
NFL rumors.
I'm sure coaches, it's not something I've thought about.
And reflections on just how close Florida was to being a college football playoff.
Ripped off the cleat of 87 and threw it down the field.
Shoe-in.
That's always tough.
It wasn't the destination Florida fans wanted, but it's the one you got.
This being our third straight New Year's Six bowl game, I think the program's right there and competing with all the top teams in the country.
A most unusual year still concludes with the familiar New Year's tradition.
To see them just come together, enjoy and have such a great time with all the smiles, all the laughs that seems to in a lot of the world have been missing this year.
All kidding aside, you got to be impressed we even made it to this point. I mean, we didn't even think we'd have a college football season. And as Lincoln Riley put it, college football might have the worst possible setup to succeed in this pandemic environment. So some wondering why someone like Kyle Trask would even be playing in this game at this point. And Dan Mullen said, that just speaks to his character. He's our captain. He went from a career backup to a Heisman candidate. He's worked his whole life for games like this. Yeah, he's excited to play. From downtown Dallas, Pal Welter, Spectrum Sports 360. So the secondary hurting, the receiving core hurting, Florida going from a 3-point favorite to a 1-point underdog after all this news broke this afternoon. But of course, that is familiar territory for Kyle Trask, who's been an underdog since high school. He's from Manville, Texas, but as we found out, he has one very specific Dallas tie. They say,
come on in, this is our weight room.
Everything's bigger.
This is where we build it right here. The lights should come on here.
In Texas.
There we go.
For Colleyville Heritage head coach Kirk Martin,
heavy lifting happens here.
That means more room to work out.
And we're blessed.
More room for practice. So this is Texas.
Yep. This is our indoor facility.
And apparently plenty of space on the roster too.
Kyle Trask in high school was the backup to De'Aaron King, who now is a star obviously at Houston. He's basically been a backup his whole career.
Before Colleyville Heritage, Martin was the head coach in Manville, Texas, about 25 miles south of Houston. For 3 of his 10 seasons, he was blessed with 2 of the best quarterbacks he's ever seen.
They'll be doing a 30 for 30 on him someday after he, is the MVP for the 2nd or 3rd time in a row, and I'll be the guy that cut Michael Jordan,
Miami's D'Eriq King was the starter.
3rd down and 7. D'Eriq King has Harley, who keeps his feet. Harley is off, and Harley scores!
Kyle Trask was Michael Jordan.
So it was important to me that we did some things where he would have the ability to really throw the football.
Martin would try and sell recruiters on Trask's talent.
And now Trask looking in zone again, caught, touchdown.
Every single one of them that would come through, I'd push him, and they were like, yeah, okay, that's your backup.
After impressing former Florida head coach Jim McElwain at 2 camps, the Gators finally took the leap of faith.
Everything works out, and
yes, it did.
Instead, it's Trask running into the end zone.
You see Kyle Trask now and think what?
I just glow. I'm just so happy and so proud for him, and his family and all that he's overcome to be where he's at, and just the role model that he is.
Trask really defied the odds even getting an offer from Florida. They just happened to want to add 2 quarterbacks that year. So when he finally got it and committed, Kirk says he remembers Alabama coming to his office, then another school, and then another. And he also remembers talking to Trask, who said, I don't want to talk to any of those guys. I gave Florida my word. So he was loyal in high school, loyal in college. Kirk says, that's the kind of guy you want marrying your daughter. In downtown Dallas, Pat Welter, Spectrum Sports 360.